Hey guys, welcome back to the startappsblog.com tutorial series on learning Lua and Corona SDK. In this session, we're going to show you how to get things on the screen with the Corona display library. Now, first up, let's just create a new project like we did in the last lesson using the Corona simulator. And we'll just call this one Lesson 3. Similar to the last couple projects, just use the default settings and screen size. Let's click Next. And just drop this folder on the desktop. So as you can see, first off, we have just a blank iPhone screen, which we're currently seeing in an iPhone 5 resolution. So initially, before we start writing some code, one thing you need to understand with the Corona display library is how things are actually positioned on the screen. So I'll just describe how that works here first. So unlike the standard two-dimensional coordinate system that we get taught early on, where the x-axis points to the right and the y-axis points directly upward, in Corona SDK, as you can see here, the positive directions of the x-axis start off from the left to the right, but the positive direction of the y-axis starts off in the top left hand corner and is pointed downward. So let's go ahead and fire up Sublime Text. Navigate to that new project folder that we just created on the desktop. And go ahead and open up main.lua. Now, similar to that last view, if we just want to drop a circle onto the screen right away, we can do this very easily by using the new circle method within the Corona display library. So we'll go ahead and do this right now. And the first input value is the X location. The second input value is the Y location, and the third input value is the radius of the circle. So go ahead and save that and run your project. And there you can see we've got a pretty basic white dot at position 100 on the x-axis and 100 on the y-axis. So although we can simply use the display library just like that, unless we allocate it to a variable, we don't have any way to manipulate it later on in the code, such as moving its position or changing its color. So a better way to actually do that is to allocate it to a variable. So we'll do this by using the keyword local, and we'll give it a name, mycirc. And although that's not going to change anything at the moment, if we want to move its position, we can go ahead and do this by accessing the properties or attributes associated with the new circle. And something quite handy within the Corona editor that you can do is left click on the name of the function and then right click, and you get this menu that comes up, and you can go directly to the Corona Sdk Docs. And this will basically show you all the different input requirements for that method or function, as well as various properties associated. So let's go ahead and move it from its current location at 100x and 100y down to the center of the screen. Now, if you recall earlier, we created our content area to be the default setting, which is 480 pixels high by 320 pixels wide. which is the original size of the iPhone. And we can also verify that by looking in the config.lua file. And here you can see, in fact, yeah, the width is 320 pixels by 480 pixels high. So to position the circle now at the center of the screen, we'll change the X property to be 320 divided by 2, and we'll change the Y property to be 480 divided by 2. Save that and rerun. And now you can see the circle is positioned right at the center of the iPhone 5 screen. If you want to change the color of a display object, you can use the set fill color method or function. And we'll go ahead and do this right now. And the input requirements for this method are an RGB set of values on a scale of 0 to 1. So if we simply want a red circle, we'll have 1 for the red, 0 for the green, and 0 for the blue. Go ahead and save that, and the Corona simulator should automatically update. As you can see there, we've got a red circle in the center of the screen.